Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Well, this time of year, sometimes people freak out when the holidays arrive. Fear of just gaining a bunch of weight. Does that happen to you? Now, just know that you can fully enjoy the holidays. You probably already know this, but you can enjoy the holidays and you don't have to lose muscle, you don't have to fall off track, and you don't have to gain weight. Here are 3 tips for your holiday strategy. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, The Power of Possibility, Passion, and Purpose. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. As of this recording, we're coming upon the U.S. Thanksgiving. We do celebrate 2 Thanksgivings in our household. My wife is Canadian, so we celebrate both of them. But I'm so grateful for you for tuning in. And in this episode, you're going to learn how to stay committed through the holidays without falling away from those goals of yours, and you can still enjoy the season. But before I do, I just want to thank you for tuning in. Whether this is the first time you've been on the Power Blast podcast or you're a regular listener, thanks for being here. And if you are listening in your podcast app, please be a friend. Drop in, leave an honest rating and review. That will help others discover this show. And if you're tuning in on YouTube for the video version, I always wave when I do that. So if you're on the video version, you saw that. Just be an awesome friend. Hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. That way you get notified when a new show drops. And it would be really crazy awesome if you hit the like button and dropped in a comment, because I do respond to those and just love the conversation. You absolutely rock, my friend. So the holidays. As I said, I'm recording this right now as of U.S. Thanksgiving, and I know that sometimes dates this because now you might be watching it in mid July or something like that. But hey, this can apply to any holiday season, so you can whatever the year is, these tips are going to help you out, or whatever the event. But here we are. This tends to be a time where people just worry that I've been working with a lot of clients right now, and they tell me they're afraid they're going to gain weight. They tell me about the huge feasts that are always there, the sugary and fattening foods, the leftovers, the holiday parties, the restaurants, the stress eating, and the big gatherings, and that's derailed their progress in the past. And there's just a big, huge worry about trying to, I don't know, they've used the word survive to get through these holidays. And, if you can relate to any of those things, these tips are going to help you for sure. Because, I don't know, and I'm going to make it really, really simple, because I think a lot of times we overcomplicate things, Perry included. The first one is to move. Just because it's the holidays, it doesn't give you an excuse to just take extra days off. It's moving. It's exercising. Our bodies were meant to move, especially during these months here. Where the winter months go on. Now you might live in a warmer part of the country or the world, but you can still get in an early workout in the morning before guests arrive, or before you have to head out for shopping, or whatever the task is. It not only will put you in a good mood, but it'll also help you stay on track with your nutrition. So consider the mornings as your go-to, especially if this gets to be a real time crunch for you and you feel like things are a little bit more chaotic during the day. And you don't have to get in a full hour workout at the gym or anything like that. Home workouts, I'll drop in my favorites into the show notes, but those are great. I mean, you can get in a great exercise, great workout in only 30 minutes, and we can all find an extra 30 minutes. I mean, if you can't, you're either telling yourself a story or you might need to rework something in your schedule, right? But it's important to stay active. Keep working out. It keeps you consistent so that when you're heading into the new year, boom. Yeah, I mean, you just got your system going. You're just full force, and it's not like, oh, now I've got to start getting momentum. It's you've already been getting momentum. Just make sure that nothing gets in your way of your daily exercise. I mean, yoga can help you with stress relief. So my other tip here is to have a plan. Have a plan of action coming into the holidays. Now, a lot of times we wing it with things, but it helps you avoid impulsive decisions and ultimately having regret. When you plan when you're going to get your workout in, like I said, mornings are usually best, done before everyone else is awake or before the rest of the busy world starts picking at your time. And it helps you get rid of that "I'm too tired" excuse. I just can't do it. My next tip is to don't show up hungry. I know a lot of times we go, "Oh my gosh, we're going over to Aunt Sarah's house, and there's going to be all this food. I better not eat anything because there's going to be so much food." But that shouldn't be your strategy. Make sure you eat before going to the different holiday dinners or to the parties. That's going to make you help. It's going to help make you pick pick the food and just do smaller portions and little tasters at those events instead of gorging on things or eating a bunch of stuff that are going to throw you off track. So it just helps you from overdoing it before that mealtime. And when you do go to those events, scan the table, scan the options, scan the buffet, whatever it is. Fill your plate with veggies first. Go healthy first. Go for nutrient dense foods. Grab lots of greens. Then go for the white turkey meat or the leanest protein that you can for a healthier option. And portion out your plate. We lots of veggies, some protein, less carbs. It's really easy to load up on all the carb things. And once that usually passes our lips, we find ourselves in this vicious cycle of going back for more and more and more. Strive to not fill your plate so it's overflowing with buns and breads and anything like that and all the extras. Split something with somebody. So load up with the healthy stuff first. Doesn't mean you can't sample and try the other things, but start with veggies, add the meat. If you're still hungry after that, then go back in, start the same cycle. Load up with veggies first, then the meat or the protein, and then go back. So that's the way to start there. And you know what? Just when there are those unhealthy choices there, just do small samples, little tasters, or scan the table for what all the dessert options are and just pick the one thing that you're really excited about and fully enjoy that dessert. And that will save it. And hopefully you can be the one to take control of how much goes on your plate. Don't leave it up to somebody else that's doing the scoops or the cuts or the slices and passing it around. That way you can control the portion size on those. Have a little sample of something, but you'll walk away, feeling satisfied, and you won't feel bloated or guilty afterwards. And that often happens for a lot of people. And then when we feel guilty, then we get into this little vicious cycle of what's the use? It's the holidays. I might as well sample everything. And then you're so far off track by the time the holidays are over, you're really in a frustrated thing, and you've gained the weight. So these are the strategies to avoid all that, right? And still stay on your health and nutrition game. And this next one is to ignore the guilt from relatives or friends. It's their own agenda. People, when I started getting on healthy and fit, and I would go to events, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're too skinny. You're not eating enough." And I'm like, by whose measure? Why does it have to be their decision for what I do for my body? Somebody that's overweight, out of shape, is giving me tips on eating healthy and how much I should eat for my goals. It just doesn't make sense. It's just they feel better about saying those things. So you've got to make those decisions. It might make them feel a little bit uncomfortable. Sometimes people will say things unintentionally, and you just kind of have to brush it away. But don't let it set you off track. Just be confident. Stick to your goals, and don't make choices based on somebody else's opinion. And if you do get off track, sometimes that happens. There are people that is like, "Hey, I'm going into Thanksgiving and no holds barred. I'm gonna enjoy everything." Great. Then get back in and resume everything Friday moving forward. Don't let that linger and just snowball into 30, 40 days of unhealthy choices, right? When the event is over or when the holidays are over, get right back on your plan. If you eat off the plan at a party, no need to worry about that. Just continue the next day. Let go of that guilt, and just pick up with it. If you're carrying the guilt with it, that's the issue right there. You just got to say, hey, it was a thing. I'm back at it. One unhealthy meal is not going to undo all your hard work from the whole year, but consistently doing it week after week after week, well, that's going to take some undoing there, and it's going to be a little bit challenging. So back to your meal plan, back to your routine right after that. And here's a bonus tip for you. You don't necessarily have to eat leftover pumpkin pie for lunch and keep going for the leftovers for 3, 4, 5 days. Send some stuff home with your guests. That way it won't be around to tempt you. You already had the celebration. You already had the fun event with the gathering. It doesn't need to linger. Share the treats. Share the love of the food with others. Out of sight, out of mind for you, right? Eat foods that nourish your body. This is going to help you through all of the winter months. And when it comes to events like Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's just smart to plan ahead. If you're going to a gathering, eat beforehand. Have smaller portions. That's going to put you really in a lot more control. Drink tons and tons of water. I mean, before, during, after, especially this time of year, but especially when you're eating things either at restaurants or other people's homes and you have no idea what ingredients they put in there. It's going to help flush things and keep you hydrated a lot better. And, if you're asked to bring something to a gathering, make sure it's something healthy that you're going to eat. Eat whole foods. Have a dessert strategy like I told you. And just protect your nutrition this time of year. Be kind to yourself. Speak positively. Do unstress or de-stress sort of activities, deep breathing, yoga, some meditation. If you do indulge, don't beat yourself up. Just make it that one time. Get right back to your healthy plan. So to recap the 3 tips for your holiday strategy: keep active and exercise, fuel your body with good nutrition, but still enjoy, chug water, and then be mindful and use positivity and gratitude to enjoy the holidays. You are in control, my friend. Just know you always have a choice. Choose to let the holidays be an excuse to let yourself off the hook and have a free-for-all and quit your workouts, or choose to reframe the situation. Figure out a way. Look at the possibilities. Learn to grow and progress all throughout. And it's going to help you out with other events too. Just know you always have the choices. Setting small, smart goals to help you build your confidence, and it's the consistency that's going to help you, my friend. So be sure to challenge yourself. Keep moving forward. Your wins, they're going to add up more and more and more. So I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. Please drop me a line or hit me up on social. My email, putyourselffirst.com. You can reach out to me with any questions that you might have about food, fitness, even more ideas to get through the holidays, or things to achieve your health goals. And I absolutely love helping people remove the obstacles and the barriers that often get in the way of the health. A lot of it ends up being like mindset stuff. So if you'd like more motivation, more mindset stuff, more support and strategies, then join my Upside Down Fitness community, a fun group of people going through a really awesome chapter of life, striving for healthier habits along the way, and we root and motivate each other on. And I do 52 weeks of free coaching in that group. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Head over to UpsideDownFit.com. That's all I have for this week, and thanks so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you so much. Please share, subscribe, leave an honest rating and review in your podcast app to help others get value from this show. And I think the universe is going to give you a kickback with some major positive vibes. And if you're catching this show on YouTube, please be a friend. Hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get an alert each time a new show drops. You absolutely rock, my friend. That's all I have for this week. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.